So lastly, really quickly, language play. Once we learned a few of these concepts, well, let's start to mix and match. Let's put them together and see if we can create scenes in different ways. Here's a really cool passage from this author. Let's see if you can notice what this author has done to create those readerly immersion, okay? I can see them over time, so I'm gonna just skip that and give you the answers. The answers are all of them, all right? Ashley watched Alice go into the distance and shook her head in disbelief. Alice walked by the tables that ran along the walls and disappeared into the extending corridor, which led to the gardens. Everything there was bright. Everything there was quiet, beautiful, and exactly what Alice needed. She sat down at the tree that stood tall in the garden. Its single golden leaf was the most noticeable thing on the tree. The capillaries of the leaf stretched across it, glittering in the sunlight. The leaf was what gave the garden its beauty, its happiness, its light. Alice's gaze was drawn up to it. The leaf smiled at her. Okay, so who is this author? Does it remind you of someone? Probably not. It's one of the kids that I taught. So this is what she wrote on her own, actually, without my help. She just went ahead and started saying, well, I'm going to mix all of these things together. And I was like, that's kind of cool. So I'm going to take that and share it with some other teachers. So in writing conferences, this is how I taught it. If you're interested, I asked the student, hey, how's it going? Find out what sort of world the student is trying to create. And that allows me to decide what to teach. And you can do this too. Choose which of these 5 concepts might help the student's world become more vivid. And then you go ahead and teach it. Ask the student to imagine the world according to that concept and show them the grammar of how authors use it to design their writing. And you get some pretty cool writing, just like I showed you today, okay? If you want to read more, there's my article in the conversation, but basically it's nothing more than what I taught you here. But if you are particularly keen, you can go and look at my article in the journal Literacy, which came out a few months ago, which goes into it in much more depth. So that is all.